Well, howdy, stranger. Welcome to York City, Pennsylvania. Today's date is February 28th, 1899. The best way to know what happens in our little town is to grab yourself a newspaper. Today, we will be reading the York Dispatch. So, without further ado, let's see what happened in this day in history. A giant automobile, a Western railway, is about to press into service a most extraordinary automobile. It will be in the form of a huge stagecoach and will run from the station of the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway at Flagstaff. The body of the new automobile will be about the size of an old-fashioned Western stagecoaches and will be capable of sitting 12 passengers inside and 6 more on top, to say nothing of the driver. The distinguishing feature of this new automobile lies in its engine, which is of the double-cylinder balance type. It is a 14-horsepower gasoline motor, and its designer, Mr. King, claims to be the most wonderful engine ever put into a horseless carriage. Skagway on a boom. Up to the time of the phenomenal discovery of the vast gold riches of the Klondike, Sitka was the only town heard of in connection with Alaska, the land of eternal winter. But during the last year or two, wonderful changes have been taking place in Uncle Sam's boreal territory, and towns have sprung up and are still springing up, like mushrooms, along the gold-bearing streams of the Klondike. The last straw. Eminent traveler. Yes, gentlemen, the silence of the primeval forest is so intense that you can actually hear the day break. Now build yourself up. Your blood is poor and thin, your nerves weak, you are run down in health. Take Dr. Green's Nervera, best of all spring medicines, most wonderful restorative and strengthener known to science, makes pure blood, strong nerves, vigorous bodies. Listen to some of the services offered. Bicycles, butchers, blacksmiths, breweries, brick manufacturers, cigar boxes, cigar store, heating and plumbing, hides and tallow, ice. A young lady who was attending the farmer's market yesterday afternoon swooned and fell over, causing quite a ripple of excitement. She was carried over to Ziegler's drugstore by 2 police officers, where restoratives were applied, and she soon recovered. His trick. Dash away. You say your sister will be down in a minute, Willie? That's good news. I didn't know but what she wanted to be excused, as she did the other day. Willie, not this time. I played a trick on her. Dashaway, what did you do? Willie, triumphantly, I said you were another feller. Foretelling one's fortune by the lines of the hand is connected with the element of chance, but there is no chance connected with our sideboard bargains. Your fortune is easily told. If you are fortunate enough to get one, we are offering this week at $8.50. York Furniture Company, 9 West Market Street. Will make a lawyer. My boy, said Mr. Blykins severely, I'm disappointed, very much disappointed. His son ventured no comment, but the expression on his face denoted sympathy. Here you are, away long in your teens, and you haven't even got through the Iliad. Your ignorance of Latin and Greek classes is deplorable." "I studied them all I could," was the answer. No doubt, but it's the way of the present generation. When I was a boy, we could parse and construe Latin verse by the time you were 15 years of age, and I was reading Euripides before I was 17. The people of a century ago or so were more learned. They could talk in Latin, and the same as we talk English today." "I know it," said the boy sadly. "I've read about them. But you ought not to overlook the fact that these people had a great advantage over us. All they had to learn was what had happened up to their time, and then they had nothing to do except study up on Greek and Latin. They didn't have to learn the Declaration of Independence by heart and study the Constitution of the United States. They weren't obliged to find out all about George Washington and Ben Franklin and Thomas Jefferson and David Webster. They weren't expected to keep track of what was going on in Cuba. They had everything all laid out for them, and they didn't have to study timetables nor figure out how to get off in an electric car in a hurry. I'm willing to admit that we aren't as smart as the boys a century or two ago, but I can't help thinking there are extenuating circumstances." Lost Pigeon returns. A homing pigeon belonging to Bert L. Wantz, a clerk employed at Frank Bond's store on West Market Street, returned home yesterday. The bird was lost at the 100-mile station last fall. Mr. Wantz thinks he was captured and on regaining his liberty started for home. The bird arrived home in good condition. Father of 22 children. The recent granting of a pension to William Myers of West Manheim Township, this county, for disability contracted while serving in the Army during the Civil War has developed the interesting fact that he was the father of 22 children by one wife, the latter still living and in good health, but the majority of the children are dead. I want to take a moment to thank you for watching my channel and to mention that if you like reading vintage newspapers, check out my second channel, Life in the 1900s Newspapers, which covers the 1900s, 1910s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and even 60s. And to end this video, I'll give you a sample of what's in my other channel. This is the 1940s song, Who's Judy?
There's a name on every tongue, Grandpa, Grandma, and the young. What the fuss is all about, they're just trying to find out. Who's Judy? Who's Judy? Someone please lend us a hand, solve this mystery if you can. Is he mice or is he man? Just who's Judy? Who's Judy? Who's Judy? One dark night about 3:30, I saw an owl up in a tree. He looked down and yelled at me, who's Judy? G-Man Hoover's getting moody, got his men on double duty, trying to find out who's Judy? Who's Judy? Who's Judy? Who's Judy? The little man who wasn't there said he heard him on the air. No one seems to know from where. Who's Judy? Ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da. 1940 dude. On his face he wears a snood. I wonder how they shoot the food. Tootie, heard a voice so weird and feeble coming from the old church steeple. Said, tune in, are we the people that hear? Yehudi, who's Yehudi? Who's Yehudi? The other day between 4 and 5, another voice and sakes alive said, dig me while I drive and climb. Who's Yehudi?